Okay, can y'all hear me now? Okay, because I was just a talking and didn't even add myself to the stream. All right, so how's everyone doing? And I saw a question up here just one second, just a second ago. Let me find it. Audrey, do you have to have StreamYard in order to start a channel? No, you don't have to have StreamYard, but I believe if you just try to stream with YouTube, they won't let you do it until I think you have like 100 subs. But with StreamYard, you can do a live no matter how many subs you have. Hey, Precious Me, how are you doing? Mar, are you feeling better, honey? Welcome, Southern Girl. Hey, Ricky, how are you? Chihuahua Mama, how are you doing? Hey, Brown Bear. Ronald Wilson, are you feeling any better? Yo, I'm like super tired. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even go live last night because I was so tired. I don't even remember going to sleep last night. Chihuahua Mom, I'm doing okay. It's just been so hot down here where I'm at, and it's just like the heat is just wiping us out. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to move stuff around on my desk and make room up here. No, I'm miserable. The house is driving me crazy. More, I thought you were going on vacation. Yeah, it was. Hey, Crime Crazy. It was 104 down here today. And we were once again running in and out trying to move sprinklers around on the gardens, and it's just so hot. Hey, P. Pickett, how are you? Or you're leaving Friday or Saturday. Now, where is it again y'all are going to? I remember you saying the other night, but I done forgot. Hey, American Girl, how are you? So it was 107 in Arkansas. Yeah, down here in Louisiana, it was they said it was only supposed to be 100, and it ended up getting up to 104. Hey, Common Sense, how are you doing? So it's just been brutal down here. Glad I figured out I had a channel. Booked a flight to Texas to see my daughter August 3rd, and I'm taking my mom along with me. We're gonna rowdy, but your girl needs a tan. Yeah, precious me, girl, as hot as it is down here, like, you better have at least a base tan going, especially if you burn easy. Yeah, it is just. It, if the humidity wasn't so bad down here, I don't think it would be as bad. But it's like literally, you walk out the door and you just start pouring sweat. It's so hot. Uh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to catch up on chat. So I was going to talk about a certain subject tonight, and let me check my email real quick. Okay. Um, I'm still going to talk about it, but I'm not going to go into detail like I planned on doing because I had heard some things. Common Sense, I'm doing good, just trying to stay cool. That's about it. Um, anyway, so there was something that happened last night to a person who I think is very near and dear to my heart. And I didn't really like what happened to her. I was going to go into great detail on it tonight, but I'm not until I hear back from her. I spent 2 years down there in Slidell. Yeah, Slidell, it's, I believe, a couple of hours south of us. I'm more in the northwest corner of Louisiana. But anyway, so instead of me just going into detail about it, I'm just going to say this and I'm going to leave it alone until I hear back from her. But there is some creators out there who really need to learn how to treat their mods the right way, because if we didn't have our mods to help us, then our channel wouldn't run as smoothly as it does. I mean, I know with mine, and I consider myself to have some of the best mods out there, just like any other creator does. But when you put someone before your mod that you know has done that mod wrong all over YouTube, it's not right. I'll just put it that way. So I just think that there's some creators out there. I think they need to learn that, because when you do them that way, then you want to come back and you want to apologize. It may be a little bit too late. I'm going to leave it at that until I hear back from this person. I did email them just a few minutes ago and asked them if the creator had apologized to them directly. And I let her know what I'd planned on doing. But like I said, until I hear back from her, then I'm not going to speak on it. I don't want to go into great detail about it unless it's okay with her. So, other than that, how's everybody else been doing? I'm doing a couple of things that I listen. Good, bored. I'm sorry, Southern Girl. Let's see what's hoping Ernie's live will be. Yeah, that was like the shortest live I've ever seen Ernie ever do. Hi, Linda. How are you? Crime crazy. I'm still waiting on my picture. And y'all, if y'all keep hearing me mute in and out, it's just because I'm muting so I'm not coughing in your ear. Just you're working on it. I'm seriously waiting on it. And precious me, I emailed you back today. I honestly didn't see it until just a few minutes ago. Make sure. Yes, y'all, please hit that thumbs up. And also, let's see, can one of the mods grab Southern Girls a link to her channel and post it just in case some of y'all in here are not sub to her. And let's see, who else? Ricky, don't you have a channel? Did you start yours, or are you still working on getting it started? On here and 8 likes. Thank you, Precious Me. And where's your mama at tonight, Precious Me? Okay, so y'all grab Southern Girls channel link, and then also grab Ricky's channel link and post them in there. Thank you, Crumb Crazy. Hey, Jeez Louise, how are you doing? Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. Thank you, Audrey. Y'all, my allergies are just killing me. Right now, he's going live. That's what he's saying. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Crumb Crazy, for posting both of them's channel links. And for those who aren't subbed up to them, y'all go sub up to them. Aaron's, hopefully she will pop. Oh, okay. Precious Me. You have a sweet voice, very calm. I like to listen to you. Oh, well, thank you, Linda. Right now, my voice is probably hoarse a little bit. My throat has been sore for the past couple of days. Hey, E Squared. Okay, you did email me? Okay, hold on one second. Y'all just chat amongst yourself for a second. Let me go check my email real quick. All right. So E Squared, do you want to come up on panel while I talk about this? Because that's at the beginning of my life. Um, I wasn't going to be into detail about it unless I heard from you and you were with it. Okay. Hold on a second. And let me get you the link. Okay. Is this still erotic me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. So your signal is bad. I think it's robotic. Okay, can Okay, can y'all hear me better now? Okay, it's better now. Okay, so let me post the link again for E squared. Okay, there's the link, E squared. Yeah, Southern Girl, sometimes our internet is, we have very crappy internet out here, and it tends to go in and out. Okay, I'm bringing you up, E squared.
Okay. Can you
Okay, how
hear
are you
me?
doing now? Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm doing good. Um, I just want to start off by saying I have had a discussion with Lisa. I have told her I'm just going to put it behind me. So I'm not here to bash. I'm not here to woulda, shoulda, coulda. I just want to kind of maybe explain my point of view, how what happened in my eyes, how it made me feel, kind of where I'm at with it now, and just kind of leave it at that. I don't really go on and bash anybody at any time, but since
Right.
I did tell her I was putting it behind me, I'm not here to talk bad about her. But I did tell her directly that the way it played out was not right, and that
Mhm.
at no point should she ever let anyone, let's just forget a minute who it was, but anyone, and you too, as a creator, no one should ever come in your chat or on your panel and tell you how to run your show or what to do or what to say or who to have up. That's not how it goes. When I
Right.
said I compared it to someone coming in your home and bossing you around in your own home. That they can go to their house and do what they want to do. But when you're at
Mhm.
my house, I do what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of how I portrayed it, and how I let her know, because she's like, well, what can I do? What do I need to do? I said, the only thing that you need to do is promise me that at no time, I said, I don't even care if it's me sometime down the line. Who knows? I may flip out and go plumb off on everybody one of these days. I said, I don't care who it is, but just promise me that you'll never let anybody come in your channel and tell you what to do. I said, it's got to be your way or the highway when you're on your channel,
Right.
no matter who
And
it is.
I know that a lot of people, like, I'm still upset over it, and it didn't even happen to me. And so I could just imagine how you felt, but
Yeah,
it
and
was
I was
it was
more
just, it was
hurt
wrong.
I was more hurt than anything because not 30 seconds before that, she was just gushing over me. Oh, I've missed you. I love you, blah, blah, blah. And then
Right.
somebody who the last time she allowed them up porn bombed her. She allowed them to demand that she boot her own mod off of panel, and
Right. And
whether
like,
she Whether she obliged or not, I don't know. I didn't give her time. I hit the leave button myself. She didn't need to boot me.
well, like I said at the beginning of my live, that if it was, I mean, creators need to learn how to treat their mods right, because we have to have our mods. Like, if not, our channels don't run smoothly. And your mod, no matter what the situation is, your mod should always come before anyone else, especially that person. And
Yeah,
it
at
was
least
just
publicly. And I'm not saying as mods we don't make mistakes and we don't need a good talking to sometimes, but publicly
right,
you should stand behind your mods at all times and then have a chat privately if need be. That's the
right.
way I look at
Like I
it.
said, I was going to go into great detail over it today, and then I was told that she was up on another panel and she had apologized. So I went over to video, watched a little
Mm,
bit of it, and then so I was like, well, let me just email E Squared before I come out with who it is. Um, but if she did apologize to you, then I'm just going to leave it at what I said, about the creators need to treat their mods better, or it's just that's just how it is. And but
yeah.
like I said, I didn't want to go into great detail on it unless you said it was okay. But if she did apologize, then that's good. But I mean, she should have learned that person like a long time ago. I'll just put it like that.
Right. I mean, that's really what got me. I mean, what happened the last time she let her up? I mean, you would think, I can't even believe she let her up to begin with. And then the number two, the first thing she did when she did get up is demand that everybody else that was already there before she even got there, she demand that we be put down. And the
Yeah.
reason for that, I don't know if anybody, the reason for that is because Nicolina knew what I was going to ask her, and she
Right.
knew that she didn't have an answer to that question.
Right. Yeah, you're probably
Um,
never going to get an answer to that. So,
no, no,
eh,
and because there is no answer, I mean, it's ridiculous. And the fact that she took the post down says more than anything. I mean, if you're gonna
yeah.
post something, stand behind it, leave it there. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
it gets even worse today, because now they're doubting that my husband died.
Oh
So
my God.
now, yeah. Now they're trying to say in that way that they do, saying it without saying it, that, oh, we'll just have to take her word for that. Well, no, they don't, because what did I do? I pulled out his death certificate, I edited it, and it will be up on Jumbo's community wall. And
And
not
that's a
only,
shame.
it's a shame that I had to do that. And then I thought,
Yeah, that you have
okay,
to.
what are they going to say? They're going to say I dug that up off Google. So what did I do? I also pulled out the envelope that is stamped by the funeral, has the funeral home letterhead on it.
Yeah.
And I also
Yeah.
edited the envelope that it came in the mail when they mailed it to me.
Hmm. That's
So
just, well, I mean,
they can
it's
keep coming at
ridiculous.
me. They'll never admit their faults. But one thing,
No.
here's where I'm at with it all. Here's where I'm at with it all. I know I don't have to do all this, but every time they doubt me, I will prove myself to be right, because I'm not going to say something on here unless it's true. I'm just
Right.
not. I mean, I could get on here and say I'm a doctor from Alaska, and you know what? Unless you're a really good investigator, you're not going to know the difference, because we can all be whoever we want to be on YouTube. But I'm not like that.
Exactly.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah.
If I say something, it's the truth. And if I say I'm a broke mom with cancer, guess what? I'm a broke mom with cancer. And I told Lisa. Lisa got on there and said I had 4 kids. I said, Lisa, you need to correct yourself, because they're going to accuse you or me, one of the two, of lying, because I only have 2 children.
Where was she
Um,
getting bored from?
I don't know why she got on her Nick's channel when she was trying to clean up her mess and come to my rescue, and said that I had 4 children. And I said they're going to come at one of us and say we're lying if you don't try, whatever you want to do with that. But I'm just letting you know that I do not have 4 kids, and I've never claimed to have 4 kids.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate that you have to do that every time they tell a lie on you to try to push the narrative of what they want other people to hear. I hate that you have to try to prove them wrong. Like it's
and
ridiculous that they're doing it the way they are.
that's how I used to feel about it, but I've completely flipped my outlook. I don't feel like I'm defending myself anymore. I feel like I'm showing people the extent that they're going to blah. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you did a video. You were getting chemo, right? In the video that you did.
Yeah, yeah, and that's
Okay.
the thing. If they're such great investigators and they're still doubting that I have a chemo port in my chest. Okay, number one, I showed a video of myself getting the chemo. Number
Right.
two, I showed my port placement scar on Jimbo's panel last night.
Right. I saw
Um,
that.
I mean, they don't even bother to fact check. They don't even bother to try because they know, allegedly, in my opinion, that their people will just blindly follow without fact checking either.
Right.
And
It's like
that's sad.
well, it's like if they the sky could be yellow, and if they went and said it's purple, then everybody that follows them now is going to believe the sky is purple instead of yellow. Like it's ridiculous.
Exactly. And me
So
and Jimbo had a discussion the other night about this whole word follow. And I told him, sitting right at his kitchen table, I said, I don't follow you anywhere. I said, I don't follow anybody. I said, I
right,
watch your channel and I'm a member of you know, I'm a participant of your channel, but I don't follow anybody but Jesus and God. I don't follow
exactly,
anybody on YouTube. And
exactly.
this, I don't know why, but just lately this whole word follower has just been bugging me to no extent because we shouldn't be followers. They're not leader. You're not, I mean, you lead your channel, yes, but it's not a cult. You're not a leader. Uh, I don't know if I should say an entertainer, but you're a content creator. You know, you
Right,
come on, you're a host. Okay, there's a good word. You
right.
host your show. But to me anyway, you're not my leader and I'm not your follower. I'm just sorry. You know what
You're
I mean? And
just a person that you watch on YouTube.
right.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous, and I just want to tell you, from me, I'm so sorry that you're having to go through this. I truly am. I felt that's why I emailed you last night. I felt so bad, like that, just on all ends of it, like from her doing it, and then the person that was on panel. Like it was just, I felt so bad for you last night.
You know, I think I don't know if I've got ADHD or what, but I'll start on one point and then something else will hit my mind. But before I started the whole leader follower thing, what I was getting at with my mindset has changed. When all this
Hmm.
first started and they were disputing things, I felt like I was coming to my own defense. I felt like I was having to defend myself and having to prove myself and this and that. But my feelings and thoughts have changed on that as well. Oh yeah, I did finish that. That's how we got into the whole leader follower. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's not the way I look at it. So I don't want you guys feeling like that I feel that way anymore because I don't feel like I'm trying to prove myself. I'm just trying to show these people that they're just talking, they're just saying whatever comes to their mind first. That's very hurtful. And I was sent a clip today from that same show where Lisa went up on their panel where that Coco girl said, all we care about is women's mental health. I want you to let that sink in
really,
for just a minute. Yeah,
really.
yeah,
Okay, but they're doing a person with stage 4 cancer the way they're doing them, but they care about women's mental health.
yeah. That's all they
Oh,
care about. Yeah.
okay. I don't believe that, honestly, because if they did, they wouldn't be doing you the way they're doing you.
Exactly. I mean, I've had a lot. I was talking to I was talking to my psychiatrist the other day. Yes, I see a psychiatrist because I've had a lot happen to me in a short amount of time, and that's what we were talking about. I said,
Right.
I don't think each individual thing that's happened to me, millions of people across the globe have had those happen. Lots of people have lost a husband. Lots of people
Right.
have had cancer. Lots of people have had a tree fall on their car in the middle of the night. Lots of people have had all these things happen. But my situation is a little bit rare because I've had all these things happen to me in a span of, well, from January
What?
to April. From January
Yeah.
to April, I had all this stuff happen to me. In 3 months' time, in 90 days, my world flipped upside down.
And
You know,
that's you're a very strong I'm sorry, you're a very strong woman. I will give you that because
yeah. I
me
mean,
and my
I
husband.
have to be. I used to tell people like, no, people have this stuff happen all the time, but I'm facing the fact I have to be a strong person, or else I would have been not talking to a psychiatrist in an outpatient setting. I would have been inpatient in a hospital somewhere by now if I wasn't strong. I mean, that's
Right.
just the truth.
Well, you're definitely a strong woman. So, and I mean that just because I can't even imagine going. I mean, because even it would have even started before January because you get your husband's diagnosis.
Right.
Um, then he passes away in January. Then April, you're diagnosed, and you're still going through it, and you're basically, I mean, like you have Jimbo and his family, and you have your two kids, and you have all of your YouTube family, but you're doing it by yourself without your spouse. You
Right.
know,
Right.
it.
You know, and the whole year, like you said, he was diagnosed in January of 21. So and that was our first time, me or him, either one. We had never had a close friend, close family member, anybody that we were around, on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that had been through cancer. So this was brand new to us. We did not know what to expect, what happened when you had cancer, like what you were supposed to do, not do. I mean, it was brand new to both of us. So, and then we go through that for a full year with him. And like when he died, what people don't understand is when he died, we had no idea he was going to die. Like, and
Yeah,
he was not bedridden. He was not to that point. You know what I mean? He had just
yeah,
been to Walmart the day before by himself, all by himself, drove there, walked around Walmart. I mean, we we had no idea that was the path. I mean, we knew he was sick, and we knew it was coming at some point, but it just it was unexpected. I still call it unexpected because
right.
um, his hadn't even spread. His was just his lungs, and it was just considered stage 3. He
Wow.
he had two tumors in his lungs, and the way they were placed, they couldn't do surgery. Surgery wasn't an option. So that's what I tell myself when I get a little bit scared and start thinking about things. Is mine is totally different. Mine was completely operable. My tumors so far have been removed. And he didn't have that option. So it happened a lot faster, hopefully for him. Well, that came out wrong, but you know what I mean.
Right. I
I,
know.
I
I
hope
understand what you're saying.
I hope I get a lot longer than a year. I wish he would have, but he didn't.
Right.
And
Right.
but I had all this stuff just dropped on me, and in a very short amount of time. Whether it was 3 months or you count the full year in 3 months, I mean that's still a very short amount of time to have your life just pulled out from under you and shaken in a blender and then handed back and said, here, figure out how to put it back together.
Right.
And
I know.
And then I haven't lost my job. And then that's another thing. They're all like, well, these people, they don't work, blah, 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 blah. You know, I would love to be able to go to work. I am still considered employed. I have not lost my job. I am on medical leave,
Mhm.
trying to get my disability straightened out. All they need is one fax from one hospital to get my payments started back up. I had them going there for a little while, till the date run. You know, you have to, I switched out because I've had two surgeries. So my first surgeon, he was on it. He sent everything I needed immediately, got those disability payments going. Great. But you know, where he was a surgeon, his word is only good for that 6 weeks. Once that 6 weeks
Right.
ran up, I had my second surgery, exactly 6 weeks to the day from my first surgery. I had my second surgery. Now, the second surgeon's office has not been as accommodating. I've been fighting with them. My last disability payment was on 5/22 of 22.
Oh, wow.
I have had zero income besides the generous people on YouTube that have helped me out. I have had zero income from outside sources since 5/22 of 22 was my last payment. And
So that's
and it's
going on
not,
2 months.
yes, ma'am. And it's not for lack of trying. I have called these people and called these people and had other people call these people. We're to the point now that the office that we're dealing with, um, is they call it the ROI office. I guess it stands for Release of Information Office. My mom's investigated it. She's found the address for it's not actually at the hospital. It's in a separate building. She's found the address for it. If I have not heard back from them by Thursday, which is the next day my mom's off work, we're driving up there. I mean, I
Right.
promise you guys, it's not for lack of trying. I don't try to live off YouTube. I don't expect to be kept up by YouTube. That's not my end goal here. My end goal here is to either get back to work. That's my ultimate goal. But my short term goal is to get this disability started back, because the sad part of it is,
Well, I mean, you gotta have
as
money coming
soon as, well, that, yeah, and as soon as I get it straightened out with this second surgeon, I'm gonna have to do it again with now my chemo doctor, because now I'm out of that surgeon's hands as well. Because
in.
you
Oh,
know, the surgeons only claim responsibility for you for so long, and then they
right.
pass you off to the next doctor. So I
Mhm.
don't think I'll have as much issue with my chemo doctor, because I see them every 3 weeks. So you know, if they ain't got it done, you know, they know I'll be there.
Right. Well,
So
hopefully you can get everything straightened out, and get it coming in because, like, I mean, people's got to have money. They have bills to pay. Gas is high as it is now. Food is high as it is now. Like, you would
well,
think they would
and then
be
think
on
about
top
it.
of
Up until January, I had two incomes.
it.
I had
Right.
myself and my husband. And I want
Mhm.
to clear this up too, because I told Jimbo to specify this in his community post. Yes, to me, he was my husband. Technically, we never legally, on paper, got married. I was with this man for almost 10 years. He was my husband. I don't care what anybody says. But when we
Right.
post this death certificate, it does say fiance. And it does have his marital status as divorced because he was married once before. So
Mm.
I told Jimbo very specifically to explain that, because you know they'll find anything they can find to call me a liar.
Well, if you said it right here, there's 32 people in here that just heard it, plus me, and hopefully Jimbo can, clarify that on his end for you. And then all the rest of them, I mean, honestly, they can take their lives
Right.
and shove it up their ass. I'm just, I'm gonna
You
be
know, I don't care about a piece of paper. When you're with somebody for 10 years and you go through the ups and the downs and the cleans and the dirties and the gross and the beautiful, that
yeah,
is your spouse,
exactly
that he was my husband. Um,
right.
and I was his wife, and he would have gotten very mad if anybody said else otherwise. That was something that he was very adamant about, that I was his wife, no matter if we had a piece of paper or not.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, because y'all been through it all. So, the piece of paper is just that, just a piece of paper. I mean, if you thought
exactly.
of him like that and you loved him and he thought of you like that and he loved you, then, I mean, that's nobody's business. They don't even, it, I don't know about these people.
I
Seriously.
know, I know, but
Like, I just, especially someone who supposedly works in the medical field, like you would think that they would have a little bit of compassion. Maybe, they're still black hearted and cold, like just a
yeah,
teeny
and
ounce of
oh, what blew
compassion.
my mind is, I mean, you saw, did you see the community post that she posted, or have you seen it? A clip
No,
of
I
it?
haven't seen it. No, I try not to go to her. I don't like looking at her. I'm gonna be
Well, she's took
honest with
it down. She's removed it now, but I do have a screenshot of it. It's in that video that I sent you guys the link to. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at that yet or not. But anyway,
you.
what she said in it. I'm gonna try to switch screens here without losing you,
Okay.
and I'll read you exactly what she said in this. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I'm just making sure I didn't lose you. Crap, I know I took a screenshot of it earlier. But basically what she said was, look at her eyebrows. There's no way that that's post chemo growth, which I've
Oh,
never said that. My
yeah,
chemo has just started. I've
you
never
started.
claimed I've never claimed that any of this, my hair, my eyebrows, anything, I've never claimed it to be post chemo growth, number one. And then
Right.
she goes on.
Are you still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can now.
Okay. So what she said, there's no way those brows are post chemo growth. All she's done is grab the clippers with the number one guard and chop off her hair. What a scammer! LMAO, like it's funny. Number one, and so basically, without saying it, what she said was, "I shaved my head so I could scam people because I have thick eyebrows."
Oh my God. Uh, I can't. I have to. I'm trying to be nice.
And she posted that
Like, it's just,
publicly on her community tab.
she is so disgusting. Like, just, I don't, that's why I call her Lucifina, the devil's daughter. Like,
And you know
literally.
what? I've never done or said anything to or about this woman publicly in my life. And
I know.
Lisa told her that. She said she's never done anything to you
Right.
besides hanging out with Ernie lately. She, and that's not doing anything to her.
Right.
Um, she she's never done anything to you, but you know how she was just talking over Lisa, so that she wouldn't have to answer for anything.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I've never said anything about her. I've never
No, I know that.
I've never posted, I've never made a comment under like a video. I've never commented on anybody's community tab laughing about her. I mean, I've never done anything like that. And so she has zero reason. This is not retaliation for anything that I've done, even something I could have done that was took the wrong way. Nothing have I done.
Right. Oh, And everybody who is in my chat, Jimbo's chat, Ernie's chat, whatever chat you go to, they know that. They know that you've never said anything to her, done anything to her. It's just this is her wanting to push the narrative, saying that you're lying, that you're scamming when you're not. It's
And
just she's
what
crazy.
what blew me away is Lisa asked her. She got one question in that Nicolina actually answered. She said when she was saying like supposedly sick and this and that. I can't remember exactly how it came about, but Lisa said, well, she did post some of her medical records on Jimbo's live stream. Did you not see that? Nicolina says no. So, I mean, why continue to say it if you're not even going to bother to look into it? So that's why I told him to put it on his community wall, because I know they look at that. Because I
Right.
told him putting it in a video is going to do no good, because they're not going to go watch your video.
Right. Well, I mean, if they're so much into your business, then
Exactly.
like if you're going to say something about somebody, make sure, especially when they're in your business the way they are, make sure that what they're saying is factual. Like, you know,
Exactly. And what I did,
like
I didn't post like a whole folder worth of crap. I picked the 3 most relevant documents that I thought painted a picture. I posted the very first one from when I went to the ER and they discovered the tumors. I posted the one that said that I had colon cancer that had metastasized, which means spread to my pelvic region, which means it's stage 4. And then I posted one that talked about me being referred for chemotherapy. So those 3 pieces of paper alone post a picture of my whole thing I've been through. You know what I mean?
right.
And she can't even bother herself enough to look at it.
Because she don't care.
But yet she goes and still says, oh, we're just taking her word for it. No, I've shown documentation when I didn't have to. But at that point, I did feel like I was defending myself. I did feel like I had to prove them wrong. That is
Right.
how I was feeling at that time. And it's sad that I felt that way. That's not how I'm looking at it today. I'm looking at it today is every time they want to set up a pen, I'm going to knock it down.
Right. And
Period.
I mean, but you know what? That makes you the stronger woman because you know that you're telling the truth. Anytime that they come at you with a lie, you can back it, you can like prove it with truth. And they don't like that. They
Right.
want to do you the way that they're doing you because they're not happy with themselves. They're miserable and they want to drag any possible person they can down and they're wanting to kick you while you're down. And
Yeah, and because I am such a nice person, what they're trying to do, they're trying to push me over that edge where I go off. And
yep,
so they can say, look, 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 she's not the angel you all think she is, which I don't claim to be an angel. Nobody's perfect, but you know what I mean? That's what she wants, though. She wants me to
right.
crack. She
Oh
wants me
yeah.
to crack and go off and be like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
and that's not gonna happen. It's just not. That's
No,
not me. You
they're
know.
they're not worth you, you know, getting upset and mad. Like you have enough to deal with right now. This them doing what they're doing is ridiculous. Just,
Yeah,
I know it's hard not to because me, I know how I am. I would have done flipped out on them. But
that's what she
I
wants. But see,
right.
I've really sat and thought this through, and I'm not gonna give them what they want. That's what they want. They want me to go
Yeah.
just off the deep end and just cuss and yell and throw stuff. That's what they want. And it's just not going to happen. That's
And
not
and
me. I don't even
and
do that privately. I'm not going to do
they're
it publicly.
they're gonna just keep on with you and they're gonna keep on with you and they're gonna try their hardest to get you to flip out and crack and you're much stronger than that.
Yeah, I am.
So
Like I
I mean,
said, they can keep setting them pins up. but I don't come on here and tell lies. I'm not gonna say I don't. Everybody tells a little white lie here and there. I'm not perfect, but I'm not gonna say. But I don't lie on YouTube, and I don't tell big tall tales about myself or my situation or my life or anything like that. So they can keep setting up them pins, and I promise you, I will continue knocking them down. I promise.
Well, you keep doing that. I'm glad that you're as strong as you are with all, I mean, like everything that you have on you. Like, I have to commend you. You are a very strong woman. Um, and everybody in my chat saying they're praying for you, they're standing behind you, and you know that you have that with Ernie's channel and Jimbo's channel. Like just
Yep,
today, when we were watching you and Ernie, like you can tell that that's doing you so much good and him too.
it
And
is.
honestly,
It is.
I love
We help each
like
other.
right. And I mean, I love watching y'all go out and do stuff and laugh and have a good time. And it's you can tell it's helping both of y'all out.
Yeah. And honestly, all this that's going on, at least it keeps my mind occupied. It may be kind of in a negative light, but I think the way that I've restructured it in my mind and the way that I'm viewing it now is much healthier than it was maybe 1 week or 2 weeks ago, because I was letting it get to me in a negative way back then. And I think now the way that I'm looking at it is that I'm just proving them to be what they are. I think that that's makes it a lot more healthy. Still not healthy. I shouldn't be even responding at all. But all I'm doing, like I said, I'm not giving them what they want. I've figured it out. I know that's what they want me to do, and it's just not going to happen. And like I said, they can keep throwing all these. Oh well, that we'll just have to take her word for it. No, you won't, because I'll prove it
It's
to be
none of their
true.
business. Right. And but it's none of their why are they so
It's
infatuated with
not.
your business?
I,
Like I don't understand that.
I have no idea. It would be different if I had asked her to raise money for me or something like that. But she doesn't even investigate. Well, I'm going to say out all that. But it'd be different. Like the very first time I well, actually, Jimbo came to me with the idea of posting my Cash App. The very first time we did that, I sent him some documents that showed that I was sick. He did not ask me to, but I
Mhm.
felt like because he had offered to try to raise money to help me, I thought I could at least do that. So there was no even little whisper of a question in the back of his mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what I did. So if like if she had done some kind of fundraiser, or I had asked her to do something like that or something like that, I could maybe understand wanting to see something, because there are people that scam on YouTube. 100% there are. So I can understand some kind of situation like that, but I have no affiliation with her whatsoever. Never have.
Oh, I know.
Never have. I've never been a sub to her channel. I've never participated in her chats. I've never, I mean, I don't understand it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even understand why she even cares I exist, let alone what's wrong with me, or if I had a husband or didn't have a husband, or if he died or didn't die. Like, I don't even know why she cares.
I think honestly, now that I think about it, I think the reason why they're trying to come after you too is because you have something to do with Jimbo and Ernie, but you have nothing to do with the beef
But so do a
between.
lot of other people.
Right. But they're because you're already down, so they're trying to kick you even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
basically what they're trying to do. And if just any little thing that they can call, any little how can I say this? Like any little thing that someone's saying or doing that they can turn around and say it's a lie or it's a scam or whatever, then that's what they're
Hmm.
going to do. That's all there is to it. You're sick. We know you're sick. I believe that you're sick. I don't think you're lying about any of it. But they're saying that you're lying. Like that's something that they can turn around and use against Jimbo or Ernie or whatever. Well, E square's not really sick because of this. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the saddest part, guys, is not only did my 15-year-old son have to help me shave my head because I couldn't get to the back,
Hmm.
but I had to sit down and talk to him before we left to go where we went to take Ernie to court. I had to sit down and talk to him because I was afraid. He's 15. He's on YouTube constantly. Imagine, and all these clip channels have this community post that has my face on it. Imagine that pops up on his homepage or something. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
had to sit down and tell him, this is something that's out there. This is what they said. And I need you just to brush it off, you
Right.
know?
Don't pay any attention
And
to it. And
this is a mama's boy. Let me tell you, like, he once wanted to hunt this boy down for saying a yo mama joke.
oh well. So
A
he's a
boy.
mama's baby.
Yes. I mean, and has been since he has been born. He has been attached at the hip to me, honestly. Yeah, when before we moved in where we live now, he come in the living room and I could just see it on his face. He was like steaming from the ears. I was like, "What is wrong with you, son?" He's like, "This guy said blah 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 blah," and I was like, "Who?" Because like I know most of his friends, I know, and he said some name, and I was like, I've never even heard you say that name. He's like, well, I don't even know him that good and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, son, if it's just some kid that's never even met me, he don't even know your mom. So who cares what he says about your mom? He doesn't even know me. I said it'd be different if it was one of the boys that actually knew me that had been here that was talking bad about your mom. I said, then I could see you taking it personal. But you
Right.
can't get like this just because some kid on the internet says something about your mama, but that just tells you how protective he is of me. And this is before I was sick that this
Yeah.
happened.
I mean,
This
and
is
see, they don't.
before my husband even died, and I had to sit this boy down and tell him what she did and what was out there. And not only did she do it and then take it down, but now other people were clipping it and things like that. And I mean, when he's the one that had to swallow his emotions and help me shape it in the first place, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Well, see, whenever they do this, they know that there's more than just you that it's going to hurt because they know that you have kids. They know that you
Yeah.
have family, but it's like they don't care that it's going to hurt a child when they're coming at you. They don't care.
Oh, I
You
didn't
know.
even tell my daughter because my daughter's not strong like me. My daughter would have crumbled and cried for hours. I didn't even tell my daughter. And because she stays so busy with work and stuff. She's 17 and she does she's in the color guard with her school band, and she works and and she's not on YouTube near as much as my son is, so I have a lot less fear of her accidentally running across it than I do him. But there's no way I would tell her unless I absolutely had to, because it would crush her soul. And that's
Right.
sad.
Yeah, it is because they know that there's a chance that those kids can see it, but they don't care because if they cared at all, if they had even any human decency in them, just a soul or anything, they wouldn't even be doing this. Like it's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, it's really sad. I mean, it's sad because they have kids too. You know what I mean? I would
Right.
never. And that's one reason that I don't go on here and say, oh, this one this and this one that, because they have kids that probably watch YouTube too. And it's just not. I'm not going to
Right.
do that to a child, you know? I mean,
I
I'm just
just,
not.
I don't know. I was, honestly, I can see that I was raised better than she was. You were, just about
Yeah.
everybody, like
That's what I
everybody in this
told my
chat was.
mom today because I was telling my mom about it, and she's like, "Why do you even expose yourself to this stuff?" She said, "Just stay off of there." I said, "Mom, you raised me." I said, "You know that I'm not going to let this get under my skin." And I said, "Honestly, as long as the good continues to outweigh the bad, it doesn't
Yeah,
bother me." I said, "I have more people on there that support me and love me than I do that are attacking me." I said, "Now,
exactly.
if that scale ever tips, I said, I will step back." I said, "But, I said, Mama didn't raise no fool." I said, "You taught me to be strong and not to care about what other people said about me." I said, "You know
Exactly.
how you raised me." I said,
But
"And I know who I am. I know what I stand for and what I'm going through." I said, What they think or what they say mm, doesn't make a difference to me anymore."
no, but
It did at first, but it doesn't anymore.
right. But honestly, I don't see that scale tipping the other way though.
No. No.
It's you're gonna continue to get more and more supporters on your side, eh, because there's more people out there that know that what you're going through is something that they need to be praying for you over, but they also know that what the other
Right.
side is doing to you is not right. You know,
Right.
so
And that's why I wanted to specify last night. Yes, what happened made me cry, but Nicolina did not make me cry. Lisa hurt my feelings
right.
because she was just gushing over me, and then she allowed that to happen immediately after, and I thought that she was my friend. That's what made me cry because I get close to people too easy. It's crazy because I've never met Lisa a day in my life. I don't really know her, but I thought she was my friend, and I thought, and I let it hurt me.
Right. Well, I
But
mean, and
that's how
that's
I am. When I love somebody, whether it's platonic love, relationship love, friend love, I tell my friends I love them,
right.
because I do, and
Oh
and
yeah.
I, and I love deep, and I love, and I allow myself to get too close too fast to people. And that's something that I have to work on. And it's sad that you have to build a wall, but everybody needs a little bit of a wall. You know what I mean?
Oh
You
yeah.
just do.
Yep.
Um, but no, I don't think the scales are gonna tip.
No,
No.
I don't see them tipping at all. I don't see them even just slightly going
Getting
to that side.
close.
Like I don't. Yeah, I don't see that. It's
No.
just it's crazy. But you know what? Like I always say, and I hate to say this, but karma has a hit list, and we know who's on
Hmm.
that list. And when karma comes, karma is always a bitch, and it's not gonna be funny. You know, they're not gonna like it, but eventually it's gonna happen. And all I can say, well, you should have thought about how you treated people. You know, so and
That's right.
that's just the way I see it. And maybe some people don't agree with that, but if you want to be treated right, then you need to treat people right.
And if it doesn't, for some reason, end up happening in this life, in this world, it's gonna happen after death. You know what I mean? That's my belief. Everybody has their own beliefs, but I believe that there's gonna come a day when I have to answer for the way I treated people. And if that's true, they got some splaining to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because I mean, look,
Um,
what if it was one of their kids that was in your situation? What if it was their parent
yeah.
that was like they don't even think about that?
Like
This
I
ain't
told
just
when Crafton said what she said and was laughing, saying that I was e-begging for waterproof underwear and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then somebody put a comment in chat. I can't remember what the comment was, but it was something referring to cancer. And she said, gross. I wasn't even mean then. I put in chat and I meant it. I said, I hope nobody close to you that you love ever gets a serious illness if you think cancer is gross.
Exactly.
You know, and then
Exactly.
she tried to backpedal. I didn't say cancer was gross. I was responding to this comment. Well, yeah, the comment was about cancer, and you said gross.
I mean,
So
people, people, no matter what their age, no matter what type of cancer they have, they don't ask for it. You know,
exactly.
they don't want it. They don't ask for it. Their family doesn't ask for it. I mean, people can have a little bit of compassion, even if you don't like the person. Like if the one that was on panel last night with you that did that, if she was to get cancer and get really sick, I would pray for her. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her. But that's just me. That's how I was raised. But that side, it's like they don't see things like that, and
It's
I don't
so
understand
weird, though. You know,
why.
if it was just like one person or one or two people, but they have hundreds of people in their chat that will back them when they're having this kind of behavior. It's
Right.
weird. Like, where do these people come from? How were they raised?
I just,
It's
I don't know. It must. I'm not. Well, I was gonna say that, but I'm not gonna say that. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
just
it
like.
just blows my mind. Like, if I was watching you, for an example, and you did 1/100th of what any of them have done and said to people, I would be off here so fast, my mouse would go through the coffee table because I clicked the button so fast. You know what I mean? I mean,
Right. It's
there's
just,
no
and
way that I would
oh, I
continue to
can see.
watch.
I saw last night where you said about that you were out of there by or whatever, and like there was several people that followed you out last night, very upset over it, and it was just like I can't believe that that even happened. Like, how do
Well,
you?
that's why I did that. I usually hate when people announce their exits, but I wanted people to know that I drew the line there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wanted
Yeah.
people to know that I wasn't just cowering in the corner saying, "Okay, I'll wait on my turn." No,
No, because you
that's
shouldn't have had
not
to wait on your turn.
me.
It's
And
and that
then it seemed like she was so oblivious to it, like, because after Nick got down, she's like, okay. And I was told this because I was gone at this point. She's like, okay, Square, where you at? I'll drop the link. And I'm like,
oh yeah, I was in
what?
Jimbo's chat, and I had her channel pulled up on my TV. I left because I was in her chat on my phone, but had the video pulled up on my TV. So I left out of her chat and let it keep playing. And she was like, "Okay, E Square, yeah, you can come back up now." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
"Really? A
I
little bit
told
too late
Jimbo,
now."
I said she could send $500 to my Cash App right now. There's no way I would have went back up on that panel yet last night. No way.
So and she said she was going to send the money back, and whether she does or not, that's her business. That's not mine. But I,
And
I'm
then, and then, when people told her that I left, she's like, really? She left? Like, she had no
it's just
clue that she had just broken my heart. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
just
what the heck?
like when she said that, like literally, my mouth hit the floor. Like I had to like pick my jaw up off the floor because I was like, "You're really gonna call her back up here now after you kicked her over this person?"
Yeah.
Like,
Over the person that literally held a nasty video up on your screen the last time you let them up.
for at least a minute, it was that video was up there
Yeah,
because Lisa
because
couldn't
Lisa
figure out
couldn't
what it
figure
was.
out. I was screaming at the TV. I was like, "No, Lisa, no!" I watch it on my
She was
TV
like, "What?"
too, so I could see it. I could see it very well. And Lisa was like, "What is that? I ain't got my glasses." And I was like,
What,
"No,
what,
Lisa, no."
she was like, "What are you trying to show me, honey?" So,
I know. She was still being so nice. She's like, "What is it, honey? I can't see it, honey." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was literally screaming at the TV. I was like, "No, Lisa.
yeah, that would have been the last time she would have been on my panel because that was wrong.
Absolutely."
Like that is just wrong to go on someone's panel and porn bob them. That's that's like they're. I don't know if they can get any lower the way they've treated you and the things that they said about you, but that porn bombing is pretty low.
And I
Like it,
think instead of it getting the creator's video pulled down, I think whoever does it should get their account frozen.
yeah, because that's the reason why they porn bomb somebody is so they can run back and then report it for sexual content, which should be against the terms of service. Like that is just totally wrong.
See, I think if anybody wants to, which I'm not good at this kind of stuff, but if anybody wants to start any kind of tagging YouTube on Twitter or these petitions or whatever the heck the people are doing, trying to get this done and that done, that right there is something that somebody needs to work on, because the content creators should not get in trouble or get their video demonetized or taken down for somebody doing that purposefully.
Yeah,
It's not like you showed it. If you were like, "Hold on a minute, I'm going to share my screen," and then you popped it up, that's a different story. But if
right.
you allow me up on panel and I purposely like, "Look at here," you know what I mean, and I hold it up to the screen, that should be on me. You know, even if I'm not a creator, I have a an account through YouTube that I sign into, and that account of whoever that was should be frozen or taken away or
Exactly.
whatever.
Exactly. So it's ridiculous. And like Ricky said, shouldn't have let Hoelina on panel because
Uh,
that's just, I mean, she knew what she did before. She knew how she's done you and the things that she said about you. You're her mod. And another thing, Mama T has supported Lisa from the jump. You
yeah.
know, and you as the mod should have come first, but Mama T should have came first as well over her
Well, see, I don't
because
know much about her, so that's why I'm just kind of focusing on myself. But it wasn't right for her either. And I just want to specify one thing, Fluffy. You've kind of got the issue correct, but I want to, she didn't drop me to bring her up. She allowed her up and then allowed her to demand that she boot me.
yes,
That's worse.
yep, because she straight
She
told her
didn't,
what she
yeah,
was like. But no, I want everybody off this panel. You need to drop Mama T and E squared because they're up
yeah,
here to cause discourse and all that. And she like,
yeah.
and then I think Lisa might have said no at first or something like that, and then
But
I
she
was
allowed her to do it.
yeah, she was like, "No, Lisa, drop them. You need to kick them off so we can talk." And then finally, Nicolina said, "Well, I'll just go ahead and jump down, and then I'll come back up once they're done." And then that's when
Yeah.
Lisa, yeah,
Now, if she would have like been talking to her in chat and said, "Hey, I'm gonna let you guys down for a minute because such and such wants to talk to me," kind of how Fluffy described it, you know,
yeah,
I would have still been mad because of who it was, or not mad, but kind of grossed out because of who it was and what she did last time. But
right,
that would have been better than the way it played out. She allowed her to demand that, "I'm
yes,
not going to talk to you unless you boot both of these people." And like I said, I don't
yep, it,
know whether Lisa did it. I didn't give Lisa a chance to. I just hit the leave button myself because I was mad. But she was going to do it, and she did it to Mama
oh
T
yeah,
because I'm sure she didn't do it herself. But
yeah. It was the whole situation was just it was disgusting, and a lot of people were upset over it.
and I gave Lisa a little bit of leeway. I said, "I understand you were put on the spot and you were overwhelmed at the moment. She was already in a kind of a vulnerable position, and I think Nicolina sniffed that out. Lisa was already kind of upset or overwhelmed or whatever, and then you got somebody on there talking really loud, demanding this, demanding that. I mean, I did give her that she was kind of put on the spot and overwhelmed, and I do believe she was, but either way you go, she shouldn't have allowed it. And that's what I told her when she's like, what do I need to do? What can I do? Basically, what can I do to fix this? I said, I don't need anything from you. I don't need you to do anything for me. But my suggestion for you is, like I said, it's got to be your way or the highway on your own channel. I said, I don't care who it is. I said, I don't even care if it's me sometime in the future. If I come on your channel and try to tell you what to do or what to say, tell me to hit the road.
Exactly.
And that's the way it's got to be.
Yep. Because
it's your channel.
I don't know why Lisa lets them walk all over her, because see, like Nicolina threw that in the chat. Oh, we'll check your Cash App. I sent you $100. And it was like she kind of bought Lisa and kind of
melted like butter.
Yeah, I'm not going to really say bought her, because that may be the wrong choice of words, but it was like she knew that if she told Lisa, well, I sent you some money, then Lisa's going to feel obligated to let her.
It buttered her up. It buttered her up. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take back the bought word. I'm not going to say Nicolina bought Lisa, because that was wrong choice of words, but it was just, she buttered her up. That's what she did.
She buttered her up. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and that's why it played out the way. She could have very easily tried to have the conversation first and then send her the money, but she knew what she was doing, and she knew, and Lisa, and this is my opinion, I believe that she's a kind of like a people pleaser, and I am too, to some extent. I think she's kind of wants to be everybody's friend. She don't want anybody to be mad at her, and there are people that are just that type of person. And like I said, to certain extents, I'm that way. My daughter is that way to a fault. Like, when she was in elementary school, I was waiting on this child to come home barefooted at any moment, because all it would have took is some little girl saying, I like those shoes, and she would have took them off and give them to her and went barefooted. I swear she would have. She had a sweater when she was in elementary school. I tell everybody that this is how warm-hearted my child is. She had a sweater that I used to keep in the bottom of her backpack just in case she ever got cold in class. And I was going through her backpack one day and the sweater wasn't there. And I said, did you get cold today? And she was like, no, why? And I was like, well, your sweater's not in here. I thought you might have worn it and forgot it. And she's like, oh, no, so-and-so said they liked it, so I gave it to them. And I'm like, Emily. And then I just said her name, but anyway,
I'll see if I can. I'll try to edit that part out later on.
And then I was having an issue where she was coming home off the bus like starving to death every day, and like, I know every kid just about is hungry when they get off the school bus, but it was like a reoccurring thing, and I knew that at the school she went to, they had snack not only earlier in the day, but they also had an evening snack. And I was like, why are you so hungry? I said, because her snack money would be gone, but she would still be so hungry. And she was giving her snack money away, not only her extra money, but she would give her whole snack money to somebody else that didn't have it and do without. And I had to sit her down. I had to sit her down as an elementary school student and explain to her, if you buy your snack and you have money left and there's some kid that doesn't have enough, by all means, give it to them. But don't give them all you have and be hungry. I had to teach her boundaries, because I knew if I didn't teach it if I didn't teach it then she would grow up the way I used to be, where I let everybody run all over me and take everything I had just because I didn't know how to say no.
Right.
And that's how I was up way into adulthood. I mean, it took me till I was married to their dad when I just woke up one morning and said, I can't be like this anymore. And I was a grown and married adult. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
I can't. And I would just let people walk all over me because I did not know how to say no. I I hate disagreements. Like if I and I'm getting better with it, and I think YouTube is kind of helping me on that front as well. Like if I had to call a place and I thought there was going to be some kind of dispute or something, like I would make somebody else call. Like I just would avoid disputes at all cost at all costs. um but so I knew if I didn't teach her young that she would grow up the same way. So I sat her down and I was like, listen, like I said, if you have money left over after you buy yours, that's fine, give it to whoever needs it, but don't
Right.
go hungry you know
Yeah.
and I think Lisa's a little bit like that. Like she doesn't know how to say no. She fears making someone angry. And these are my opinions. I may be completely wrong. But this is the impression that I get. And I would tell her this to her face. I'm not talking behind her back. This is just an opinion that I have. I don't want anybody to be afraid that I'm running around talking about people behind their back.
No, you're
Um,
good.
but that's just a personality type, and there are lots of people like
Right.
that in the world. There's no,
Oh,
but you have to have boundaries. You have
yeah. Yep.
to.
And she just, I don't, I've noticed that about her. Like she just wants to please everyone,
Mhm.
and I think Nicolina knows that too. And I think that's why that money was thrown out to her first, because
Yep.
then it made Lisa feel obligated. And
Yes.
if I was into it with someone that I didn't want coming on my panel or didn't want to have anything to do with, and or let's say Christy that's in chat, I'll just use her because me and her talk all the time. She's like my sister, and I've never met her, don't know her, anything like that. But if me and her were having it out with each other, like Lisa and Nicolina, and
Mhm.
she comes into my chat and says, "Hey, I just threw you $100. Now, can I have the link to come up?" I'd have been like, "Nope, you ain't coming up. Here's your $100 back," and I would have blocked her. You know,
Right. Or tell me what's so important in chat, and then I'll
exactly
decide if you need to be on panel or not. You
right.
know.
Because I mean, even Lisa, once she come into the backstage, she still has to let her up on her panel.
Yeah.
You know, I would have been like, okay, well, there's the link. Go backstage, go into the private chat, tell me what you want, and then I'll decide if I'm gonna let you on panel or not.
Right.
But it's just like I would have. But that's just me though. I'm different from that. I'd have been like, no, and I'd have just sent her $100 back right then and there and been done with her. But especially if she's done one of my mods and a person that I consider my friend the way she's done you. But again, that's just me. Like I cherish my friendship that I have with people, and I'm not gonna put someone that I've had drama with above a friend of mine. Like it's just not gonna happen.
Right. And I don't know if I've said it. I know I told you in the email, but I do want to specify on Lisa's behalf as well that she told me that she did not know about that community post until I told her today. So, to my knowledge, when that happened last night,
That
she
she didn't
did
know about
not
it.
know about that community post that Nicolina had made,
And
saying
she
that
might
I was a scammer.
like she may not have, because I mean, does Lisa even is she even subbed up to Nicolina, or does she even like look at her channel or anything like that
Mm.
that you know of?
I don't know, and I honestly don't even know how long she left it up for. I just had the only reason I saw it, like I don't watch these people. The only I know I keep talking about Lisa going up on her panel. The only reason I know that is because I was sent a 6 minute clip today that showed it.
Mhm.
Um, I don't watch these people. I don't go to their channels. I just have stuff sent to me when it's about me, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't even know how long she left it up on her community page. It may have just been up for 5 minutes for all I know. I don't know.
Well, the only one that I know of that I did see, and it might have been the same one that you were talking about, was the one the other day when you and Ernie was together the first time that y'all had went hiking, and then Ernie had read it on his live that afternoon when y'all were in the car about the eyebrows and all this and that.
Yes, yes,
Okay, is that the
that
same
is the
one you're talking?
one.
Okay, all
Yes.
right. Well, when Ernie, I didn't know about it until Ernie had read it on his live, and then I went over and looked at it then. So yeah, I did see that one then, if that's the one you're talking about.
Yes, and it had a picture of me, and I was going to look into. Um, I don't know if you can do a privacy strike for just your face or not, but I was going to look into seeing if I could privacy strike it because she had my picture up there. But by the time I got home that day and went to look at it myself, it was gone.
Okay, well maybe she took. I don't. I'm not gonna say she took it down for good reason because we know that that's not
No,
possible. But I'm sure
it was
somebody
a
told her
dirty
that.
delete.
Right. So, which is sad. I mean, it shouldn't have even been put up there. Like that's just it makes me mad that people treat people like that. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, that is what it was, and I feel like you said, kicking somebody when they're down. She probably either saw or got or heard that we were out having fun and that I was laughing and this and that, and she just wanted to smash, try to take the wind out of my sails, I guess so to say,
That's all it is. So it's just I don't even honestly I would rather sit in a dark room and listen to nails on a chalkboard before I listen to her voice. Like
And then I
that's
guess now I didn't see it, but I guess something, I don't know if it was her or somebody in that tribe had also said not only a reason I was not sick was my eyebrows, but also my weight, because I guess I'm not a skeleton like a lot of people with cancer. And that's why if anybody watches or watched me and Ernie out today, when he keeps saying like every time she gets in the car she has to scoot her seat back
please
because
be
she's
back.
getting
Yeah.
bigger and bigger, and that's where that's coming from, is because somebody made a comment about me not being sick because of my weight or whatever.
Oh well, she said that last night on Lisa's. That
uh
I can't remember exactly how she said it, but Lisa said something about you having cancer, and Nicolina said no, she does not have cancer. She's lying, and then she said I want to say that she used the obese word, and that people with stage 4 colon cancer are very frail, something to that extent. It's not verbatim because I was so upset that I can't remember everything, but it was something to that extent. But she did say it last night on Lisa's.
oh wow. And maybe she said it before, I don't know, but yeah, that's why Ernie's doing that today, is because I guess
Yeah,
he heard about that too. But I mean, I know he's just playing anyway. I don't want anybody to think that he's hurting my feelings or nothing. I mean, me and Ernie, we fight like brother and sister. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like, we just pick on each other.
uh,
But number one, okay, I thank the good Lord that I have not lost my appetite. And I prayed because
exactly.
I always said losing my appetite will hurt me worse emotionally than losing my hair, because I'm not a real, like, I was never a fix your hair, put your makeup on kind of girl anyway. I always wore it slicked back in a ponytail, even when I had hair. So it wasn't going to be that big of a difference not having hair. But I love to eat and I love food, and I love to be able to enjoy a meal. And so
Right.
when my husband was sick, he could barely eat. Like, there was one point in time at the beginning where he was losing 10 pounds a week,
Oh,
because he
wow.
was doing radiation Monday through Friday, and then he was doing his chemo once a week. So he got weighed in every week at chemo, and he was losing um 10 pounds a week for like 3 months. I mean, it was, thank goodness we both started with enough we had some wiggle room, That's what I
Yeah.
always say. Um, because if he was losing 10 pounds a week and he started at like 150, 160, he would have been, excuse me, a
Oh, yeah.
skeleton.
Yeah.
And my doctor's office was proud. Like, when I went to chemo the other day, I had actually gained 3 or 4 pounds, and they were happy about that,
Oh, yeah.
because
Because,
it is rare. It
yeah.
is rare for a cancer patient to gain even an ounce. You know what I mean? Because it's not. But I don't have an answer for that. I don't know why I still have an appetite. I don't know why I'm not having the stomach effects that a lot of people have. And the only explanation I have is God. That's
Yeah.
because that was one of my biggest prayers, besides being here for my children and not taking me away from them. Besides that, that was one of my biggest prayers, is let me go as long as I can without hating to
Losing your
eat,
appetite.
or without
Yeah.
not being able to eat. Yeah, because that's something that I enjoy. Um, so
Yeah. And as long
I,
as you can eat, it's always good as long as you can eat and you keep your appetite, just to keep eating and
yeah, and
because
like,
it helps keep your energy and your immune system and all of that up.
exactly, and it keeps your vitamin levels good. Like, last time I went, my potassium was a little bit low. It wasn't like, they have a scale. It has to be between this number and this number. Like, it was just a few points higher than the bottom number. So I was still in the normal range, but it was on the lower end. But
Yeah.
other than that, my labs have all been good. And that's probably because I can still eat.
Right.
Um,
And
you
that's
know,
awesome too.
so I don't. Now, that's something I can't show a reason for. I don't know, but why would you question that? Like, be happy for somebody. I mean, why does she want me to be
Right.
frail and not able to move around and freely and things like that? I mean, yeah, probably she probably does want that, but a normal person would not. Um,
No. And the only thing I can say is like you said, that's God has had his hand over you. And if she's questioning why you're not losing weight and why you're not frail, then that means she's questioning God. And the one thing that I was always taught in church, you never question God. And
exactly.
and that's
And
basically
it
what she's doing.
makes her. She's acting like it's just like the post chemo growth she was talking about. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
post chemo. I just started. Like, my
Well, yeah,
journey is just beginning. You know what I mean? So it may come in time. I may lose weight, and I may have other things that happen. But I'm just starting all this. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, how can I have post chemo hair growth when I'm not even post chemo? Like, I just had my second treatment. Like, I'm just starting this whole thing. I've got to go 6 months, and I just
Well,
had
see,
my second treatment.
well, that shows that she doesn't pay as much attention as she would like her people to think that she does to you. Because if she did pay attention, she would know that. You
Yeah,
know, you're just starting out, just like all of us know it. You were in my chat that night the night before you went for your first treatment.
My
you know.
first treatment, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And
and
the pills, like I said, the injections or infusions, I only get those once every 3 weeks, but I do take the chemo pills. I take those 3 pills twice a day, Monday through Friday. But
mhm,
they haven't really. My biggest symptom that I have or side effect is the aversion to cold, and it's the weirdest one. Like I can't drink anything. I was so hot today. We were running around, and Ernie bought that milkshake, which it doesn't bother me. I mean, people still have to live. I don't want to be treated like a porcelain doll. It doesn't bother me that he could have a milkshake and I couldn't. But if I touch
yeah.
anything cold with my hands, my feet, or my throat, it feels like razor blades. Like
Oh, wow.
it's the weirdest thing. Like that's why I put slippers on my wish list, is because I have tile, like real tile, beside in front of my back door where I let my dogs in and out. I have it in
Mhm.
my kitchen and I have it in my bathrooms. So if I walk on that real tile, it will be cold, and my feet, like I forget sometimes, and I'll just run to the back door to let the dogs out, and I'm like, oh, I like, oh, I forgot,
Mhm.
and then I'll
Oh,
hop
yeah.
back over on the carpet. But I can't like reach into the refrigerator or the freezer and grab anything for somebody, or I can't. If I go to the grocery store, like I have to take some kind of cloth with me just in case I need a gallon of milk or something, because I have to put, the cloth around my hands just so I can grab a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a frustrating side effect. It really is. It's because it's so hard to remember, where I'm new to this, not, I'm not a pro
Right.
yet. It's so hard to remember that if I need to run in the kitchen, I have to put socks or shoes or slippers or something on my feet. And I can't drink anything cold. I can't touch anything cold. So that's the really, that's honestly, and the pain. I have a lot of back pain. But other than that, that's my two biggest symptoms. Thankfully.
Yeah. Right. Because I mean, like my grandfather, he had kidney cancer and he did the chemo, and he didn't really lose like a whole lot of weight. Like he did lose his hair and stuff like that. Um, but he stayed cold a lot when he was on chemo. And it would
Yeah.
be like 90 degrees outside, and he would be walking around with like one of the zip up hoodies, jackets, or whatever,
Yeah.
and sweatpants and socks. And used to before that, he was always, in t-shirts and shorts and stuff like that.
Mm.
And he didn't really lose his appetite. Like he would wake my grandmother up in the middle of the night and want her to make him potato soup. Like he would crave certain types of food and stuff like that. And of course, it'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning. She'd get up and make potato soup for him. Um,
Right.
he never really lost his appetite. That was probably, I don't even remember him really getting sick. It's just, like he I don't remember him being nauseated or anything. It's just mostly he was cold a lot too. That I
Now,
think that was his biggest thing.
I will say about my eating, it has changed a little bit. Like I will eat one full meal per day, and then I eat snacks. You know what I mean? I can't eat like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's just not happening. So like one full meal is all I can handle. And I do get a little bit nauseous. Seems to be a little bit worse at night. Um, and then I have some trouble sleeping, but I had insomnia before this even happened. So I
Yeah.
don't think that's really got a lot to do with it. But I think
Honest.
Jimbo goes on in 3 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. I think I got the 30-minute notification, I believe.
11:15 is what it's scheduled for.
Okay, he must have changed it because I thought it was gonna be at 9:05 my time, and it's 10:13. So yeah, he must have changed it.
Yeah.
but I know you got to go mod for him. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you for
Yeah.
coming up
But
on panel and
oh well,
explaining it. Like
thanks
I said, I
for
just,
having me.
oh, you're welcome. And, like I told you in the email, I was going to go into detail about it, but then I heard that she had apologized. So then I didn't want to go into detail about it if she apologized directly to you, because I was just going to say about the creators need to make sure that they treat their mods the right way, like they should be treated. Um, and then, you come in, you said your piece, and I'm not going to speak on it again, you know?
Right. Well,
So,
like I
and
said, I mean, your channel, your way or the highway. If you want, and I even said it in the email, if you want to express how it made you feel or your opinion on it, that's fine. I mean, you can use you're free to use my name anytime you want.
okay.
If you see something going on and you can't get a hold of me, and that's why I asked you the question that I asked you in the previous, because I don't always check
Oh,
my emails.
yeah, I
Um,
will, later on tonight, if not tonight in the morning, I'll email you back. I may send you my cell phone number, because
okay.
like I'm not worried about you giving it out to anybody. I'll send you my cell phone number, and then that way you can just text me.
Okay, because I'm not good with email. Like, I may check my email once a day, maybe twice a day if I'm looking for something specific to be coming. So
Okay.
if you're trying to get a hold of me immediately, then it's gonna be maybe not if you're doing it through email. So we've got to come up with something a
Okay.
little bit better than that, which
Okay.
that's fine. And I'll give you my number that way. If something ever comes up and you've got a quick question or even a long question, whatever, you know what I mean. But that's
Yeah.
fine. Um, I was gonna say something and then I forgot because I was trying to hurry. But yeah, oh yeah, I'm giving you permission right now in front of everybody. If there's ever something going on and it involves me or my name or whatever, and you want to speak on it and give your own opinion or whatever, you can say my name or my screen name. Yeah, you can say my screen name anytime you need to.
Okay.
I mean, that don't bother me at
Okay.
all.
All right. Well, my husband kept telling me last night, you need to go live, you need to go live, and I'm just like, I can't, I'm too tired. He was like, no, you need to, like, and I was just so upset last
Oh,
night. Like, it just,
yeah,
that's why, like, he was sitting there, and he even got into the chat last night, and he was like, I can't believe you're letting her up there, and you're letting her tell you what to do, Lisa, and all this and
oh
that. I'm
my
sitting here
goodness,
thinking, I gotta find E Square's email so I can email her to make sure she's okay, because it just
yeah,
wasn't right. Like, it just irritated me so bad.
yeah.
But
I was pretty upset for a little bit, but like I said,
oh,
I just let myself get too close to people. Like that would be like you. Like if we hung up here and then I watched your replay, and as soon as I checked out, you were saying negative things, it would make me cry, honestly, because I think you're my friend. You know what I mean? I'm a crier,
I
no
don't.
matter what. No matter what my um, mood is, no matter if I'm mad, sad, happy, like I just cry. It's just what I do. So
Yeah,
it's not a big
I
deal.
don't. If I consider someone my friend, I don't do them like that. Like, I'm still friends. The three best friends I had in middle school, starting in seventh grade, like I'm still friends with them today, even though we live in different states now.
Awesome.
I don't do my friends that way. It's just not. It's not right. Like, you have a girl
Yeah,
code and you don't break it. No matter how old you are, if you're 90 years old, you don't break the girl code. That's just all there is to it. And I
exactly.
consider you my friend, and I'm not gonna do you that way. It's just not gonna happen. And I told you the other day, this is one of your safe places. Yeah, nobody's gonna come in
And I
here, and
appreciate that.
you're most welcome, because I'm not going to let anybody come in here and disrespect you. I wouldn't let anybody come in here and disrespect anybody who's been in here with me every night that I go live. Whether I
And I
talk to him
think
just when I'm live or not, I'm not gonna let it happen.
and I think that's another reason it hit me so hard is because I thought I was somewhat not as safe as I feel in my main three, which is you, Jimbo, and Ernie. But I thought Lisa's was somewhat a safe space as well. Um, and I
Well,
think
yeah,
that's why it
you're
upset
her
me.
mod. Like,
Yeah,
you're one of her mods, like, you've been there with her from the time that she started her channel,
yeah,
you know? It when her and, Ernie were riding around having fun on their adventures, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I think that's what upset me so bad too, was that you've been there from the start and you were her mod and she didn't put the mod first and she should have.
But
So,
I hate to cut it off. I could probably sit and talk to you for 3 more hours, but Jimbo's on screen now and he's already talking
okay.
about me, so I guess I better get off here.
Okay, well,
But
if he's still live whenever I get done with mine, I'll probably head over and jump in his chat for a little while.
all right, and I'll look for an email from you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, honey, and thank you for coming up here. I love you, and I'll be continue to pray for you.
I love you too, and I love all you in chat. You guys have a good night.
All right, good night, honey. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. Thank you for sticking with us from that. I wasn't trying to ignore anyone in chat, but I actually need to catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Fluffy, how are you doing? And Brown Bear, is Chris still in here? Do you know? Or did she go over to PG's? Okay. Let's see here. I'm just trying to catch up on chat real quick, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's see. I think she's in P. Oh, okay. Precious me. I'm probably not going to be on here too much longer. I was trying to make it to about the 2 hour mark, and I'm at an hour and 47 right now. But yeah, that was last night. Was I don't know. Like I felt so bad for E Squared when that happened. I have you on my phone and PG on my laptop. Are you multitasking, huh, Precious me? My husband, sometimes he'll be watching one channel on the TV, so I have to get earbuds, and I have one earbud in one ear, and I'm trying to listen to whatever I'm listening to on my phone and the TV both at the same time. Happy birthday, Chris. Oh, my eye itches. I wonder why I didn't get PG's. Oh, you're welcome, honey. For sure. However, I gifted 5 memberships tonight on PG's, and the system gifted you one. Oh, well, thank you, precious me. And I don't know why I didn't get a notification that PG went live. Like, I never get the 30-minute notification. I usually get the ones where when she starts the live, but I didn't get one tonight. I don't know if it's because I've got my chat pulled up on my phone or what. Because I got Jimbo's 30-minute one, but I didn't get when he started tonight either. Oh, that's a new thing now, the gifting, but not sure how it works. I think you have to do it. Well, if I remember correctly, somebody else in PG saying the other night that where the super chat button is somewhere around the super chat button or under it or something like that. I don't think she sets the 30 notifications, at least 7. She may not, unless she just goes live. Like with mine pops up because I schedule my lives. She may just get on her StreamYard and just go live instead of scheduling it. Under the $, it gives you an option to give memberships. Okay. PG just. Oh, okay. Does she, Chris? That must be the reason why I'm not getting the 30-minute one. But I didn't get the one where she went live. I just saw where somebody said they were going over there. They would be right back. Oh. So I'm still trying to catch up on chat and scroll all the way down whenever. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm caught up on it now. I didn't get notifications either. Have you been getting mine, Chris? Or just none at all? No, I need to unsub and sub back. It happens to me often. I think just about everybody, but I think PG was the only one. But if she doesn't schedule hers, and that's the reason why I don't get the. I mean, that makes sense why I don't get the 30-minute ones. And like I said, she might when she went live tonight, it might have just been because I already had a chat pulled up here, or I was live, or whatever. It might have been the reason why I didn't get it. So, was your birthday good today, Chris? Okay, so you do get mine then, Precious Me. Okay, that's good. Girl, you. Am I really? Wait, my thing says 144. Hold on a minute. Oh, damn. Well, then that means I've gained 11 today. Yeah, because I was at 136. Yes, it was. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, that's what I'm saying, Chris. I didn't even realize it. Definitely. I know, Precious Me. I'll be glad whenever I get all of my hours. Which it seems, I thought when I first started this out that it was going to take forever to get the hours. It was going to be much harder for the hours than it was the subs because you had to have 4,000 hours. But my hours are growing quicker than what I thought they were. It's harder to get the subs. But I'm definitely grateful for all 147 of them, I can tell you. If I can make it to 500, I should get my. I believe at 500 is when you get your community tab. Yeah, I'm freezing right now. It's like 60 degrees in here and I'm so cold. We need to pull an all-nighter soon. I'm I'm trying to figure out when a good time is. Because, like, tonight I went early just so I could go to bed early, honestly, because I'm, like, super tired. And I may, though, I'm trying to think what I got to do. What's tomorrow, Wednesday? See, I can't do an all-nighter tomorrow night because my daughter's coming Thursday. So I may try maybe Friday night and just stay on I mean, if there's going to be people in here, I'll try to stay on for several more hours than what I usually do. Yeah, I hope we get there, precious me, honestly. I guess the next goal is 500 so I can get my community tab. And I want to have, I forgot what day, I haven't told you the other day, Chris, when we were talking about it. I think it was August the 8th, that I want to have, I don't know, I forgot how many hours I told you I wanted by then. That brings more and gives you chances when others aren't live. Yeah, I think the more people I have, it would be easier for me to go live at any time because there would always be someone that would be watching it. Right now, it's just I kind of have to like pick and choose between everybody else's lives, to for me to go live because everybody goes to everybody else's channel. So, uh, and I had planned on going live at 7:30 tonight, but we were shelling peas and I was trying to hurry and get them all done and out of the way. So I just went ahead and kicked it back to 8:30. Plus, I hadn't ate anything today, so I had to eat too. But I'm happy E Squared was able to come up today and talk about all that because that last night was just ridiculous. Busy time in the streets, what's going on? Yeah, that is true, Chris. Okay, I'm back in the truck. I'm looking back in chat. Well, welcome back, our bucket list. Her heart so sad. Yeah, I was, girl, last night. I was so mad when that happened. Like, and I'm not the only one. Ricky was in there. Southern Girl, all them was in there last night whenever it happened. And like, we all just left. Like, it was just ridiculous. And, like she said, she's never done anything wrong to anybody. So why even treat her like that? Why say she's lying about it? Because, uh, uh, well, the reason that the other person that was on panel last night, I'm not even going to say her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Her excuse for E squared lying about having cancer is because she's obese and people with stage 4 colon cancer are frail. Like, I mean, come on. That's crazy. Cancer like that or anyone. It's just they're horrible people, Chris. I don't understand it. Like I just don't understand it. And like I said, I was gonna go live with it tonight and just go straight into details about it. Um, but I was told that Lisa had went on another channel's panel and had apologized. So I went over real quick. I had literally 10 minutes before my live started. So I went over to that channel, watched a few minutes of it, but E squared wasn't in there from what I could see in the chat, on the chat replay. And so I just like hurry up and emailed her and asked her if Lisa had apologized to her directly, and I told her what I was going to do. And then since I didn't hear back from her right then, I just didn't go into detail about it. I just kind of talked about the whole thing about, when you're a creator and you have mods, like your mods is what helps you run your channel. Like without mods, your channel is shit because like if you didn't have your mods, then you're the one blocking people and kicking people out and trying to, keep your chat in check and plus talk about whatever it is that you're going to talk about. And if you don't treat your mods correctly, then your channel's going to go to, it's just going to go to shit. That's such a crock over to astrology and cancer does not discriminate with a person's weight. Everyone is different. That is true, precious me. And y'all read what Fluffy said. And I seen it when she had posted it up here. That she said my husband gained weight when he was on chemo. My husband didn't lose his hair until after the 4th treatment. I mean, exactly, Chris. And if you don't treat your mod right, you lose your mod because nobody's going to put up with being treated like that, especially by when you're letting a person on your panel that you know has treated your mod wrong, has talked about your mod like a dog, and then gets up there and demands you to drop your mod, like, and then you just turn around and do it, like it's completely wrong. I just don't understand these people. That Lisa used to mod for Artie, and they was mean to her. Why she? They were so horrible to her, Chris. When her and Ernie used to go on like their little adventures and their trips or whatever, and then I don't even remember something to do with her daughter or whatever. Didn't want Ernie at her house, so then she ends up turning on Ernie and goes to the other side after they treated her like shit. And then she turns around and she goes back to Ernie. It, I don't know. I don't know where she stands right now, honestly. Because last night Nicolina comes in her chat and says, "Hey, check your Cash App." And then another comment, "I dropped you $100 in there." And then another comment below that, one of her friends, I forgot who she named it off was, but they also dropped you some money. Plus, then she turns around and drops her $20 super chat. Well, yeah, she's a flip flopper, Chris. Um, so when she sees that Nicolina drops her money, well, then Nicolina asks for a link, so she lets her up on panel. She said that Savannah crap up, I think. What's Savannah crap? And then her daughter, Lisa's daughter, came on her panel like that last night and talked to her like a dog. Like, I'm just sitting there just looking at her like, if my child would have talked to me like that, no. When they claimed she was stalked and someone pecked on her window, and no, she's missing. Oh no, she's not missing anymore. Savannah was actually in my chat the other night. They found her. I don't know exactly where she was at, but it was like late that night. They ended up finding out where she was at, and Ernie talked to her. But I don't know the exact story on the Savannah thing, but I know that Savannah has had problems with people. I don't know if they've stalked her or harassed her in person, but I think they've done most of it on YouTube. I knew that was fake as flip to get Ernie going and blame Opie and make him look good. Yeah, like I don't understand that. I don't understand their way of thinking, I guess. She's done the same thing before, so I remember always show up later. Fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long. I know that a long time ago she was friends with Ernie, and then she ended up going over, I believe, with crafting and them. And then she ended up coming back over to Ernie, so. But the other night she was in here for a few minutes. That was the first time she'd ever been in here. Oh, I miss so much now being in training. It will be done on April or August 2nd. Can't wait. And Precious, me tell your mama. I said I seen her in chat and that I'm sorry I didn't say hi to her. I wasn't trying to be rude to anybody in chat. I didn't want to cut E squared off and what she was telling and trying to put her side out there and all that. I didn't want to cut her off. Yeah, I am just so tired. Like this heat has just gotten where it's literally wiping us out. Yeah, I will later on. I did like literally. I don't even remember falling asleep last night. Like I asked my husband what time it was. He said it was early when I went to sleep because I just didn't like. I didn't really feel good all day yesterday. My throat's been a little bit sore, and I think it's just from going from cool to hot to cool to hot, and then I don't know. Like the heat is just it's so exhausting when you have to go out there over 45 minutes to an hour and try to move water hoses. And when I hit that pillow last night, I guess I was just out and didn't even realize it. That is why I stick to only a handful of channels. Yeah, our bucket list. That's the way I've been doing. Like literally, I will watch PG, Ernie, Jimbo. I watched Southern Girl today. Her channel is new, so she's trying to get her subscribers and her channel hours. Um, and then I'll go by Miss Daisy's or Jinkies whenever they're live. But other than that, like I really don't hardly go anywhere. And I just happened to step into Lisa's last night when all that went down. And then I watch The Liberator. I watched them whenever they first come out, and then they had to take a break for a little while, and then they came back just a few days ago. So, but that's about it. And if Betty goes live on her YouTube channel, she's mostly on Twitch now, but if she's on YouTube, I'll jump over in her chat for a little while. But yeah, Chris, really, my husband's the lurker. Like I'll be watching one of the channels that I usually watch, or if none of them are on, I'll be watching something else. He was like, "Oh wait, I want to go see what Crafton had to say today. Or I want to see what Penny had to say." So he literally lurks more than I do. Yeah, he was very upset last night too. Like he had usually every now and then he'll go into a chat. It's not too often he does, but last night he went into Lisa's. He was pissed over how they did E squared. I mean, because you'll hear, like, let's say if I'm in PG's chat and somebody says, "Oh, well, so and so said this," well, I mean, you kind of want to go lurking to see, what was really said and how it was said and all that. I mean, it's only really you can get the information. Yeah, my nose is so stopped up right now. I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to like sniff in y'all's ear or anything like that. So, well, I've made it to 2 hours and 8 minutes. I guess I'm gonna end it here. I'll probably jump over in PG's and say hi to everybody. Precious Me, thank you for uh, the membership gift. I appreciate it. Need some peppermint tea. I do have some tea bags in there. I'm thinking about. I've got some cough drops here too. I'm thinking about making some hot tea and then putting some cough drops in it and seeing if that helps. If not, I'll just have to get some peppermint or something tomorrow. Usually I have peppermint here, but like you literally can't keep candy in this house. Or cookies. A minute ago, my husband come over here. We had to put our cookies in my room in a bowl because if not, the boys will just eat them all up. And he come over here and was stealing some of my cookies instead of eating his. All right, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank y'all all for coming and hanging out with me, listening to E Squared and her story. And I love you all, and I hope you all have a good night. And I will see y'all over in PG's chat.